Hello, Senior Stoner fan. Just the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Crossing Technologies Core 2.0 brand new E-Rig Diamond Dab of the Day. I'm excited about the 3D chamber and my aluminum carb cap. Let's get started with today's topic. But before we do, you know what to do if you enjoyed today's video. Join the family, tell your friends about me, and a like and a comment is always appreciated. Let's get started. How many of us out there have relationships that we care about? I bet many, if not all of us, have relationships we care about. Well, do you know there are ways that we can improve relationships? That's right. We can improve them and communicate with each other more positively and effectively. Let's discuss how. Here we go. Well, experts have always given tips and strategies for better relationships, whether you're singles, couples, business, personal. They focus usually on what you can do to improve. If you're in a one-on-one relationship, maybe it's a romantic love relationship. Well, there's nothing more important, more valuable than working on becoming a better communicator with that other person. Healthy relationships depend on an ability to communicate our thoughts, our desires, our needs, and issues. The trick is discovering how to express ourselves amid the sea of emotions that can quickly submerge your best efforts. Let's get started with some ways. How about withholding criticism? So much communication involves put downs and highlighting what somebody is not doing right. The end result is always an oral attack, a defensive partner, and eventually demise of a relationship. So instead of being critical, maybe focus on positively reinforcing what your partner is doing right and offer constructive criticism when it comes to things that could be improved versus the other way. So, you don't want to discourage that person. You want to try to give positive feedback, but sometimes even that can be misinterpreted. People feel better when you aim to please, and carefully worded guidance tends to get those results. Always own your statements. I say frequently to people, Mrs. Stoner especially, I own whatever I do. I own whatever I say. Well, what you have to say will be more powerful and even better heard if you own it with an I statement. Taking responsibility for your feelings and perspectives empowers you to create better solutions in that you'll be better heard. Even if your partner doesn't agree with you or understand your perspective, he or she can't fault you for how you feel. We have to be willing to receive feedback. Communication needs to be a two-way street. If we expect people to hear us out, then we need to make ourselves vulnerable to any reaction, especially the need to reflect back on what we've just said to the other person. Remember, there are always three sides to any issue in a relationship: your perspective, the other person's perspective, and the real truth. You're a player in what's going on, always, and you need to be open and available to how the other person sees, because that matters, including your role. We've got to be present and participate. We don't need to worry about what we're going to say or how we're going to respond during casual or critical conversations with our partners. Just listen and give nonverbal signals that we're truly engaged, like nodding our head and maintaining good eye contact. We want to demonstrate that we are indeed listening by reflecting back with the individual. That's right. Interaction is critical. Give yourself a timeout when it's important to do so. Some conversations can be intense, and sometimes it's better to say nothing at all. That doesn't mean that you have to simply stop addressing every issue. Know that it's fine to say, "Can I get back with you? I'll need to think about that." As a partner in a relationship, we should appreciate that the other person might want some time to process everything. Be sure, however, to revisit the conversation at the appropriate time and within a reasonable period of time. Don't interrupt or change the subject or be a know-it-all or act like something that was hard to say was never said. Basically, don't do anything you wouldn't want the other person to do to you during any kind of conversation. Think these ways don't apply to you, they apply to everyone. It's important whether you research, whether you decide to be more conscious or mindful about your conversations with your partner. Learn, practice patience, practice hearing the other person out, practice switching topics. And remember to keep your tone in check. Side by R, I am very, very tone conscious. When Mrs. Stoner uses a tone with me that's wrong, I'll accuse her of talking to me the way she talks to people in her business. So during casual, everyday interactions like a phone call, sound engaged, not distracted, and glad to be making small talk. During intense conversations, avoid using domineering, hostile, or sarcastic tones. And don't minimize or dismiss others' fears, worries, or dreams. And always ask. People aren't mind readers, not even people you live with. If you need something, ask for it. Your partner in your relationship isn't going to know that you need more help with the kids or with chores, or that you need more affection, or that you need more physical touching, unless you make the request. Put it out there. A good partner will try to deliver once you put it out there. And express appreciation, for God's sake, on a reasonably regular basis. Acknowledging the little things that often go unnoticed in relationships can go a long way. It could be thanking someone for taking the dog out for a walk early in the morning, or giving them a hug for another lovely dinner. Recognizing the routine, the value of your partner's daily contributions in making your life easier or more enjoyable makes one feel valued and more willing to continue to contribute to a relationship's and home maintenance. Always, in a loving relationship especially, don't forget to say I love you. People who love each other are all too resilient, okay? And reliant on Valentine's Day, anniversaries, and notable dates for the excuse to express their feelings. Well, guess what? Why wait? Tell them they're beautiful. Tell them they're amazing. Tell them, oh my God, I can't believe I'm so lucky to be living with you. This is the glue that keeps people together when other relationships become hard to sustain. Mrs. Stoner and I have been together 45 years. We've had ups and downs. World ain't perfect, but we still love each other and are each other's best friends. And that is critical. And remember, relationships go far and wide. It's not just the people you live with. It's the people you work with. It's the people you see every day. It's the people you encounter on a basketball court or you encounter in a dance class. All the people in your life that you have relationships with. There are different types of relationships, but think of all the different people in our lives that we have relationships with. Wouldn't it be nice to make those relationships just a little bit nicer? Well, you know what? That's what this talk is all about. This is not mind-altering, world-shaping change we're talking about. This is being nice. That's right, being nice to your partner. Being nice and being respectful of those you love. You know what? It comes back to you in spades. I promise you. Whatever effort you put forth with your loved ones, with your partners, with the people that you're in relationships with, will come back to you geometrically. This has been the Real Senior Stoner with our Crossing Core 2. And boy, I'm liking it. Cheers, everybody. Those cotton balls. And the taste. Dramatically better than the original. Thanks again for joining me, everybody. You know what to do if you enjoyed this video. Join the family, hit the like button, and I reply to all the comments. I am getting buzzed on this, I must say. Thanks again. Have a great day. Cheers, everybody.